The search continues in Macomb County for a second suspect linked to that attempted armed robbery of an armored truck in Clinton Township. Police say two armed men confronted that driver outside of the Bank of America branch on Gratiot, just north of 16 Mile yesterday afternoon. One of the suspects was shot and killed by the armored truck guard. Police are still working to determine his identity. And then the second man drove off in a stolen minivan, the windows shot out by that guard. The van was found abandoned a few blocks away near Remick Drive and Stair Street, but still no sign of that driver who was wounded. They did find a lot of blood in that minivan. And during our coverage of the situation yesterday, we noticed this small helicopter assisting in the search for the suspects. But the interesting thing is Macomb County doesn't really have its own helicopter. Instead, this is a volunteer pitching in to help. Our Rod Maloney takes to the sky to show us how one pilot is giving law enforcement in the area a bird's eye view.
The Macomb County Sheriff's Office can't afford a helicopter, and yet it has one. And it's because of a group of volunteers who have made a very big difference. Flying at treetop level, 500 feet and often below, the Macomb County Sheriff's Office has a crime-fighting eye in the sky. Yet Macomb County pays nothing for its aviation wing. It's financed instead by 25 volunteers who over the past 7 years have grown it from one Cessna plane to both planes and helicopters. Flying Air One, as they call it, is Dave Lawler.
I approached them and interviewed and was able to join the air unit, and it was just a great thing for me, a good way to give back to the community.
While he looks like a military pilot in his jumpsuit, he's never flown for Uncle Sam. He paid for the flight lessons on his own, bought the Robinson R-44 chopper for his business, and also spends his own personal time as a reserve officer looking down from above.
The first couple flights, nobody knew we were there or anything, but now we've grown into a pretty decent support role for the guys on the ground.
Dave's family business makes tanker trucks, and he keeps Air One on his company's roof during the day, so if an emergency does crop up, he drops everything and runs. And then flies, going to work for the county.
We've looked for lost people, children, adults, elderly people that have wandered away from homes. Look for cars, boats, drug interdiction in the fall.
This is one of the 3 helicopters the Sheriff's Department uses, and it's paid for by one fundraiser they do each year. It's a clay skeet shoot with the sheriff in May. Over Clinton Township, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, and that's, 7 years they've been doing this. About time they got some recognition.